If you grew up playing basketball in the late 2000s, then you know everybody had a pair of Kyries. Kyries were the staple basketball shoe between price and performance. It was a great middle ground. They had a ton of different colorways. My favorite was the SpongeBob pack. They were always super cool. And it was a shoe that I swear everybody had at least one pair of them. Now we get the new Kyries here. Let's check out all the new colorways. So back in 2022, Kyrie Irving signed with Anta, the basketball shoe company that's mainly based overseas. So they started working on the signature shoe, which we have here today. But he was wearing some waves, which were in basically Kyrie's colorways. He put his touch on them. They were pretty cool. But just a few months ago, we finally got the release of the Kai 1, and it's one of the best basketball shoes on the market by far. It's selling out right away. And I've been lucky enough to get the first, second, and one of the third colorways. So let's check them out. All right, so I think it's fitting that we go in order of the shoes releasing. So this first colorway is the Artist on Court, perfectly symbolizing what he does on the court. We have this crazy purple box with a bunch of different prints all over it. And up top here, we have a big symbol which represents the shield of protection. And then on the side, we can actually see the shoe printed there, which is kind of cool. I like being able to see what's in the box before you even open it. And probably my favorite part about unboxing these is they all come with these plastic inserts that say, I consider my product to be art. They're timeless pieces like furniture, artistic, cross-generational, handcrafted with meaning, substance, and devotion. Signed, Kyrie Irving. Boom. So here is the shoe itself. Now the first colorway I was a big fan of. I think it was the perfect colorway for them to actually start off with. And I think it's the perfect colorway that they started off with. It's bold, it's vibrant, but yet it's not. There's a ton of detail, but yet there's not. It's just a really good performance basketball shoe. Quick word from our sponsor. These are the first things you should do when you buy a new used pair of shoes. And out of all these, Poison's authentication is the most important. So I just recently got the Jordan 4 SB Pine Greens back in my collection. These dropped last year and they were one of my top 3 favorite sneakers of the year. And since they are used, I have a few things that I do right when I get them in. So first of all, I clean them off. That's pretty much a given. These don't really need it, honestly. The soles maybe a little bit, but nothing crazy. Secondly, I make sure they fit. I know these fit because I actually did a 30-day wear test on a pair last year, which I ended up selling those. I really regretted it, so now we're here. And finally, I make sure that they are authentic, and I do that with Poison. Poison is an online marketplace that they have over 300,000 items for sale at affordable prices. But what I'm using today is their free authentication service for your sneakers. So Poison offers a free 2-step authentication process. Firstly, you pick out the brand of the shoes, and then you take a few pictures inside and out, and then you wait only a few minutes to get your results. What's cool is they provide this service for over 300 different brands and over 100,000 different items. The process is simple and free, which is the best part. And right there, we can see that these are authentic. So feel free to check it out for yourself by clicking the link on your mobile device and using the 2 codes below to get up to $20 off. So looking at the design, it is a low top, which fits perfectly for Kyrie. He's a fast-paced athlete. He's making a lot of quick changes. If you have a high top, that's harder to do. It's perfectly molded for his game. Back heel, we have a really thick plush back heel. It's going to keep your foot snug in there. You also have this kind of translucent light pink and purple part on the inside of this mesh, which has a cool little lighting effect when you look at it. The midsole does come up past the point where your foot sits. So your foot is sitting inside of that midsole, so you're going to get a lot of grip when you're going side to side, and they're not going to be sliding all over the place. The laces have this black, purple, pink, and lime green tie-dye look that I really like. It's a weave of the 4 colors. On the tongue tag, we can see that giant shield of protection in gold against that dark purple tongue, which is a really good accent contrasting color. Pretty simple lacing system. We do get a strap, which is very reminiscent of the original Kyries. I like that little extra support. And by far the coolest part about this shoe is the toe box designs on each one of them. They all have very intricate weave embroidered designs that look insane in person. It's hard to explain on camera, but they just look so cool. Now there is 4 symbols near the toe box here, and let me go through those quick. So that first symbol is strength. That is built up of this thick plush midsole. We have a TPU plate in there. Next, we have the agility symbol, which makes sense for him because he's always making quick cuts. He's dribbling all over the place. He's trying to break some ankles. And then we have focus, which I like a lot because when you're in sports and you get to a high level, you got to focus on your craft. You can't just go through the motions. Otherwise, you're going to get burned, especially in the NBA when you're playing against the best basketball players in the world. And finally, we have this speed symbol, which kind of looks like a 1 and a 1 or an 11 symbol. And this kind of goes hand in hand with agility. In order to make these quick cuts and break ankles and do crazy layups, you gotta have speed. You just can't do it without it. If you're slow like Jokic, not doing crazy stuff like this. So overall, this first colorway, loving it. It's a classic. It's art. It's not even a basketball shoe. And honestly, I think this new model of Kyrie is my favorite model of Kyrie ever. I'm a low top player when I'm playing. These definitely have my heart. All right, so the second colorway they dropped was like a week and a half after the first colorway, which I like that they're kind of running through the colorways, which is fun because if you have hype, you got to kind of build off of it. Same exact box, same shield of protection up top, same insert as well, talking about how it's art. Again, I really like that kind of cool little touch. And this colorway is the Enlightened Warrior. And I like this because the first shoe was kind of that dark purple. It was moody. It was definitely a different design than what a lot of people wear. Black, white, little pops of color. The Enlightened Warrior is kind of a good little opposite of that. And this has just as crazy a design as the first one, if not crazier. So overall, since it is the same silhouette, we kind of went through all the different features on it. But in terms of design, there's no different color hue under that mesh. Because of that zebra print, you can see the mesh a lot easier. The toe boxes are kind of mismatching. This is kind of like a what the pair because there's different colors on each. First of all, on the right pair, you can see it's very much like a zebra print. I'm liking it a lot. And then on the left pair, it is a bunch of triangles, which looks pretty cool as well. We have different purple and orange. We also have lime green and pink on the outsides. That continues on the outsole, which I like that they did. So I like these. It's a cool colorway. It's a cool little opposites pack. I think I like the first pair better color-wise. First, if something comes out and then you try to compare it to the first, if that first was so good, it's hard to be like, ooh, I like these more than the first when your mind's kind of set on the first. I don't really know how to explain it, but first colorway definitely has my heart, but Light Warrior, pretty good sequel for it. Now the last colorway here, we only have one of the pack. They did a 2-pair pack for the playoffs. The Dallas Mavericks made it. They're playing all right. Nothing crazy, not as good as the Timberwolves. But we got the home and away pair, 2 different colorways. This is the home pair. So opening it up, same box, we've already seen this, same plastic insert. I like that they keep including that. But this pair is the home pair, which is based off the Dallas Mavericks home jerseys, blue and white. And this is definitely another opposite of the original colorway. It has more design language that shares with the original colorway, but the colors themselves are a lot different. For example, all white silhouette, very vibrant. I'm liking the look of it a lot. You can see that super vibrant blue on the inside guts of the shoe. And what's similar to these and the first pair is both shoes are basically the same. There's no what the colors, there's no different colors or anything like that. And the big telltale sign too, and that toe box has that same sun type design. And this one's definitely a lot more low key on the outsole. Overall, this is very reminiscent of the original Kyrie's. Cool colorways, vibrant colors, but yet it's an all white silhouette. So there we have it. We have 3 of the 4 first colors of the Anta Kai 1. I'm loving the silhouette. I'm excited to see what happens with it in the future. I hope they stay along the lines of artwork because I think that really adds to the aspects of a basketball shoe and lets you connect to it a lot more. So shout out Anta, they're killing it right now. And otherwise, thanks for watching. Stay tuned because we got a crazy video coming next.